What up, everybody? This your boy Black Magus, back with another car blog. A car blog in which I'll clown the fuck out of myself. So, long story short, it is currently, 6:50 something in the morning? I don't know. It's early as shit. I'm about to pull off for work. And then something in my mind told me, Michael, you really, really should check your schedule and see if you need to be to work. I don't know what made me do that. Normally I don't have to because I'm always on point, but I remember when I came back after being a week off, they had switched up the schedule so much that I had no idea what was going on. I found out I had to work from 7:30 to 6 one day and all types of crazy shit like that, and it was like, yo, this is just ridiculous. Y'all didn't change like 3 days on my schedule. What the fuck's going on? So this morning I get in the car and I was like, yo, I really should check my schedule for some reason. Check it, and I realized that I don't have to be to work till 9:30. For some odd reason, I felt like it was the normal schedule, where on Mondays I have to be there 7:30. Nope, not in the least. That's why you see all these cars going by in my parking lot, because everybody else going to work. I ain't going nowhere. So I'm about to get out this car and go back into the house and feel like a dumbass for getting up. But that leads me to my point of, guys, make sure to pay attention to what's going on in life. But on a serious note, especially when you think about things that have occurred over the weekend, like the government shutdown, everybody's throwing out these crazy accusations, blaming each other. And it's funny, I was talking to my boy Cardiac Sumo, who we do the Reason Reborn podcast. I do the Reason Reborn podcast with. You guys should check that out, by the way. Yes, shameless plug. Anyway, so we were just talking about how like people are throwing blame, but I was like, it's kind of funny because I hate the fact that a lot of the so-called blame, especially being thrown towards Democrats, has been manufactured by the fact that certain elements that come with this spending package were already put on the table months ago. Like the Dreamers Act was put months ago. Children's Health Insurance Program put in months ago. They could have re-upped those things. Like children's health has been pretty much dead for, gosh, about 3-4 months now. October or September they had a chance to go ahead and vote on it, and they refused. They held it off. Same thing with DACA. They could have voted on DACA anytime they want. They've held it off. Now they're trying to sandwich them into a spending plan that will help fund this crazy wall idea, which we don't need a wall. I understand people have concerns about criminals from Mexico coming over, but let's be fucking honest. That wall's not going to stop people. It's not going to, like, all of a sudden just make this hard set, reverse of people migrating over the border. To be honest, I think over the last 10 years, it has been less and less people crossing the border than ever in history. And Obama's put in things to help mitigate that problem. Bush put in things to help mitigate that problem, make it better. None of them were walls, and yet the numbers have declined steadily. You don't need a damn wall. The wall's not going to do anything but waste money. It'll just be a huge, like, weird symbol that says, fuck you, Mexico, I don't like your people. That's all the wall is, to be quite honest. Because it's like, if your concern is keeping out criminals, why don't we build a fucking seawall around the East Coast so anybody from Europe or the Middle East can't travel easily to the United States and have to stop at the seawall? We don't have a seawall because, like with the border in Mexico, we have border patrols. We have people watching and things like that, the Coast Guard. But you don't feel the need to put a seawall to stop the influx of, like, the drugs that come from the East. So what? Same thing with the West Coast. Opium, stuff like that coming from East Asia. You so concerned about the opiate crisis in this country. Why the fuck have you not decided to guard off our borders with a seawall in the West Coast to stop that? It's like, if people would stop and think and pay attention and be more aware, you'd realize a lot of this stuff that is trying to be pushed through It's kind of ridiculous and dumb. And they're tying things that are important to that so they can shape the narrative. Just like the whole commercial about, yo, you need to like look at your Democrats because they seem to care about bringing in criminals more than they do care about protecting Americans. That's not true. That is 100% not true. We have enough criminals within our borders to fucking outweigh probably most nations. And these are natural citizens who decide to do some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Organized crime has dominated this country for decades. Business crime has dominated this country for decades. Look at fucking all the like goddamn crooked execs that we've had over the years. You're trying to tell me by building this wall, you're gonna suddenly lessen crime by a significant amount in this country? Bullshit. You have enough criminals and criminal-minded people who are naturally born citizens to counteract that, I guarantee you. But everybody keeps thinking like I need to place blame, and I'll give the Republicans 100% credit. They know how to place blame and how to manipulate the conversation very, very well, because that's what it's looking like. Like the Democrats don't care, even though at the beginning of this shutdown, the first thing that happened was a Democrat said, we need to fund our soldiers and certain people and make sure that they get paid while we had this shutdown. McConnell said no. A lot of people were saying how McConnell is like right for saying what he said about Schumer. Don't y'all know that McConnell voted no against the bill that he claims that Schumer is blocking? He clearly saw that there was something fucked up with that bill. 3 other Republicans saw that there was something fucked up with that bill. Could y'all not pay attention anymore to what's going on and realize what's happening? It's a weird, fucked up way of negotiation, but it works because people are so quick to grab onto like this one thing that they can relate to or that they feel. And it's sad because the one thing that you can relate to or feel, it seems for most people, are disdain for foreigners. And that's the sad thing. It's like you're not even screaming about child health care. You're screaming about how they fucking want to bring criminals and let like immigrants, they care about immigrants more than they care about real Americans. Where you're not screaming as loudly about the fact that a lot of children, which you're seeing the effects now with this crazy flu epidemic that we got, are fucking dying because they don't have health care. And it's like, y'all priorities are so fucked up. What is wrong with y'all? This shouldn't have been as long of a video as it should have been, but I need to like stop this because I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Plus I'm burning gas in my car too. That's not cool. But yeah, please pay attention to what's going on. Don't just sit there and take tidbits and things that you can relate to the most and just jump on it. Try to educate yourself. Try to be more aware and be more cognizant of what's going on. Anyway, as always, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.